Welcome to Cardano Over Coffee with your hosts Brian from Hero Pool, Jenny from the Blockchain, Epoch Pool, TCT, Darlington from Lido Nation, Jock, and the Always Chillin' Cook Time. Today we have Alec from Tap Tools. They're joining us to talk about their latest upgrade and what's coming in the future for the team. Then we talk about seed phrase safety with Dean from Copper Seed Safe and how you can protect your seed phrase and your funds. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Let's jump right in with our favorite Tap Tools jingle by Jenny from the Blockchain.
Tap tools, tap tools, tap tools, tap tools.
Welcome, Tap Tools. Hopefully you enjoyed your custom jingle.
Yeah. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. For one, thank you, Cardano Over Coffee in general. I appreciate you guys. I love what you guys do. If anybody in the crowd hasn't done so already, click the Cardano Over Coffee coffee cup, go to their link tree, buy some coffee, support these guys. I'm sipping the coffee right now. It's fantastic. And then also share the space out.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you like the coffee. I'm glad you got it and you like it because I knew you had ordered some, so I was waiting to ask you how it was and what your thoughts were.
It's good. It's really good.
So we got Alec. That's Alec behind the Tap Tools. I
Yes.
think I recognize.
Yes,
you.
correct.
Yeah. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are, and then tell us a little bit about the whole Tap Tools team and how they came about into Cardano.
Yeah, I'm a 27-year-old individual that lives in Tampa, Florida. Been in this space for a number of years here, but it's really all about the team behind the scenes. There's 11 of us total. There's 5. I already know Epoch's gonna ask this question. So there's 5 developers. There's 3 individuals behind the social media account. So that's why you probably see a lot of pumping going on. It's 3 of them just banging them out. A couple designers, and we have our COO James, and a couple other guys on the back end. But yeah, we have a passion for Cardano, as you probably know, and you can see through our tweets and through our work. And we're just going to keep building and grow. Our goal is to help grow Cardano. So we're just going to keep on building.
Excellent. So what made you decide to do charting and the whole wallet tracking, and we'll talk about everything in more specifics, but where did the original idea came from and how did you all get involved?
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story, but I'll keep it short here. A couple of my buddies and I, we started an incubator fund a couple years back, just buying a bunch of cryptos, and obviously we're all doing it individually, so we said, let's pool our money together and let's begin to trade together. And so we were building our portfolio, and Cardano was our biggest holding at the time. And this is when, a lot of native tokens were coming to the ecosystem. And then we realized, at the time, we were using a lot of tools for Ethereum, a lot of tools for different chains where we could really see the statistics and make educated decisions on these tokens we're trading. And it just wasn't there on Cardano. There was no tool. There was nothing that we were using every day. There was nothing for that in Cardano. So we ended up just, filling the gap. And we essentially built the tools that we liked using for Ethereum tokens on Cardano.
So you all have, does everybody in the team kind of was part of that, or have you brought people on as you've kind of been building? Because I know you had the version 1 and now the version 2.
Yeah, we're continuing to scale. Fortunately with Catalyst, we were able to scale and able to get some individuals behind us to help us move forward in a faster way. But yeah, we continue to grow our team every day.
So the question that's been burning in my mind is, did you sell the top or did you hold to the bottom?
It's funny, you talking about the incubator fund?
And don't worry, I can track your wallet, so don't lie to me.
No, it's funny, but our incubator fund, we stopped that. We spoke to some our legal team, and anyways, he advised us just to send all the money back to each other, and then restart it, legally, because we just kind of, as friends, just pooled our money together, and we're just stupid to the fact. But anyway, we sold at a good price before we split, and so, but me in general, I bought ADA all the way up to $3, and I'm still holding.
Well, I stopped at 250, so don't feel bad.
Nice.
225.
I stopped at 2. But I love to hear the story, and I love to hear that you already knew about the developer ratio question. I don't think I've ever had a guest answer that question before I've asked it. So I kind of have a crush on you right now, TapTools.
He doesn't know. He's kind of suspended. He don't know what to do now. You fucked him all up.
What's funny, we've been on the show a couple times, and Epoch really handed it to us one time, and essentially, you know, our team still remembers this, but Epoch probably doesn't. But yeah, just bashed into us, and you know, it was like, hey, you know, with 2 developers, you're gonna go nowhere. But at the end of the day, he doesn't know who Jacob is, and we all do. But we were able to throw some firepower behind him to really help us scale. But
yeah, and you know, I am a big believer in, you know, eating my own words when teams impress. So, you know, I do think y'all have not only increased your engagement, but the amount of features that y'all have been rolling out, like the, you know, wallet tracking and portfolio tracking. You know, you guys are clearly shipping constantly. And that's actually a very good sign of a dev team, right? No matter how many people there are on the team, if you can kind of continuously release things and also keep the environment up, that's usually pretty good. But I did hear, didn't TapTools go down recently? Do you know what was the cause of that?
Yeah, they switched over to a version 2.
yeah, we updated our entire site, and we try to do it's funny, but we try to do a silent launch at midnight, you know, when the least amount of people were on. And then one of our social guys tweeted, like, right when we pressed the button to release it, like, hey, we're live. And we were just trying to do a silent launch, and everybody came to it and crashed us. And so we had to put it back in maintenance mode real fast and, you know, get it back right. But
Look, I was on. I went on because I go on your site anyway. I was just going to TapTools because I'm always on fucking TapTools. I have a problem. Anyways, and this new thing came up, and I'm like, oh shit. And I hit refresh, and then it went back away. And I was like, oh, sad.
That is so funny, though. I also do the same thing. Like, every release that Epoch has done has been completely unknown to anyone. I never want to give, like, hey, something crazy is going to happen at certain time. So, you know, kudos to y'all for releasing at midnight. But, man, that is funny that your social media person picked it up. That's so funny.
Yeah. And honestly, we could have shipped Pro earlier. But we decided to revamp our entire site. So we had to tie everything together. We've had TapTools Pro essentially on our development link for quite some time, maybe like 2 to 3 months, maybe 2 months. So anyway, we're going to be able to ship a lot faster is my point. So within the next 30 days, we're going to release Token Hosk mode. And we were supposed to release NFT data first, but we're just building our moat around token data. As you guys can imagine, there's nobody really doing this on Cardano. So we're really building our moat, and then we'll jump right into NFT data, which, to be honest, we have it all complete on the back end. So it's just tying it together.
And
so,
Brian,
go
ahead, Brian. I was going to mention something to have to do because Brian has a pet peeve surrounding, like, because I use Muesli Swap a lot, right? And because it's an aggregator. And on TapTools, they have a spot there where you can go to a particular token, and then you can go to compare DEX. You can look at the average volume. You can look at the pool data, you know, the whole bit, right, within that particular DEX. And so that'll give you a better idea really quick, a quick view, which I absolutely love about this particular protocol. So there's a variety of things that I haven't even explored yet, but that's just one of them.
You know, just imagine popping on now. I mean, in the near future, which we've been in discussions with a number of DEXs, but imagine coming to TapTools, seeing the chart, being able to see, you know, what the big players are playing, what the wallets are doing, and being able to trade right on TapTools instead of having to leave, go to TapTools to see the data, leave to go to a DEX, you know. So in the near future, we'll have an aggregator integrated.
Are you looking at maybe doing, well, actually, let's talk about version 2 before I start asking specifics about it, right? What's the difference between your version 2 and your version 1 for people that haven't checked out version 2 yet? And if you can just kind of give me the whole spiel on everything that version 2 is.
Yes. So this is actually, it's a version 2.1 that we just released. our version 1 was really ugly. Version 2 was better, but not the greatest. And then version 2.1 that we just released, which is just a couple new features on the portfolio tracker, the charts page, the home page, a lot of different things you can do with sorting. Now seeing all of the Cardano tokens instead of just the top 25. A lot of people haven't really dove in there, but you can view all and sort it by that. Portfolio tracker, we added trade history, also added average buy, average sell, as well as a chart and a couple other data points. And then TapTools Pro, so listen, you guys talk about trading, and if we are a trading platform or a trading tool, and we are a trading tool for sure, but we're also more than that. Like this, for example, the free version, which it's all free right now, but it's what the token is doing, right? You're able to go to the charts, see what the token's doing, see who's buying, who's selling. But TapTools Pro is really what are the players doing, and then why. So free is kind of like what, when, where, how, and then Pro is like why, and it helps you figure out what's next. So you can really make educated decisions and really make money while trading. I hope that answered your question, Brian.
Yeah. Tell me about this wallet tracker. What can people do?
So you can search any wallet, any address, any ADA handle. You can go to the overview, which is going to show you. Let me just pull it up right now. You can get a quick glimpse into the wallet activity. Have you guys all used it on this panel here? Just real fast.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. For those who haven't, you can go to the overview, see a quick glimpse of the wallet activity. You can see their portfolio. So what are they holding? You can go to the associated wallets, essentially follow the money, and you can see the first funded by wallet. So, how a bunch of individuals will send ADA to 50 different wallets, and you can follow that money with associated wallets, which is a really powerful feature. And trade history. What are the whales, or what's this wallet buying and selling? So that's the main thing for Wallet Profiler. And then for hot wallets, which is really cool, is the top volume traded. What are the big players trading? And you can customize that. Total ADA, what are the whales holding? You can see the biggest whales in there. What are they holding? What are they trading? Then you can dive deep into their wallet. And then token transactions. What are the large buys and sells? Which that's filtered by 5,000 ADA or more. So you can go and see real time who's trading, 5,000 ADA or more, and what are they doing? And then you can dive deep into that.
So kind of something I wanted to build off of. You had mentioned, maybe in the future being able to trade from TapTools. And one of the things that I think is, will you be able to, obviously, some type of API where I will be able to emulate trades of a certain wallet. So if a wallet goes in and does a trade, my wallet would follow right behind him.
Yeah, so we'll have alerts set up for you to do that, but it won't actually trade for you. You have to sign the transaction. But in terms of a smart alert, yeah, you're going to be able to define. I mentioned this in the last space I was in with you guys, but you're going to be able to label a wallet and then define.
Hey, Alec, but everybody that's going to listen on the podcast and YouTube probably weren't here.
Good point. All right. So what was the question?
You answered it. You're going to do wallet alerts, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be able to track a trading wallet and get alerted if they make a trade.
Correct. And it's going to be super customizable and really advanced. So you're going to be able to really pinpoint an exact alert that you want.
Excellent. Go ahead, Epoch.
It's funny you actually touched on my question, which is around alerts, because I know I used that in Ethereum a lot, just kind of alerting when certain wallets move, especially treasury wallets, or you can imagine having an alert set up for the top 20 dApps in whatever treasury wallets that they have. Like I want to be alerted to my phone whenever there's a movement, because most of those things stay pretty quiet. But it sounds like that's coming in the future as a part of some smart alerts, maybe?
Correct. After our Fund 9 completion, we're going to jump into smart money and smart alerts.
Yeah, really pumped for that. I will be an extensive user of that functionality. That sounds great.
I got a question, and we were talking about this earlier, right? So you're pulling all this data. Does TapTools have any thoughts of doing any Oracle solutions in the future, or is that just not in your guys' wheelhouse?
Jacob's talked about it, but we're focusing. We're not even a year in, and so we're really just building our moat around what we have. We have a very powerful API right now that we could open up. We have you can only imagine every wallet, everybody wants this API and wants the token data. We will release that in the near future. No time frame for that, but our developers definitely talked about it several times.
So it's something that's not out of the realm, maybe in the future, but it's nothing that you guys are currently actively. There was a question in the bubble. That's why I asked.
We're not focusing on that at this exact moment.
I've got a question. So I'm sitting here playing with the TapTools thing. I guess so. If you're using it for anything other than trading, right? Like the portfolio management thing. Or maybe this is not a use case. I'm looking at my portfolio and looking at what I have, and most of what I have is in a smart contract. It doesn't seem to be aware of that. So I guess, so you say it's much more than a trading tool. What else are you trying to cater to besides just using it for trading?
It's a great question. I was going to answer the first question, but I lost what you said in the first part. But we really are a trading platform, a trading tool. You're exactly correct. What we want to bring it to is just more than that. It's just really an information tool. But the free version is going to be able to go in and just educate yourself on these tokens that you're wanting to buy. So at the end of the day, yes, we are a trading tool.
I would, and you said it before, you're more than a trading tool, right? I use it for trading, but it's also I could use it for investing because I'm going to go in there and track my portfolio. That's technically a portfolio, isn't more, a long-term portfolio. So that would be more on the investing side. And just data, there's so much data on these coins. You can go in and just look at every coin that's a native asset, right? So it's more of a data hub than a trading tool, maybe.
Yeah, we're
You're breaking up, Lido.
We're a wallet profiler, so sorry, Lido, I don't know if you're cutting in here, but we're a wallet profiler. So even if you're not trading, but you're wanting to see what's going on in these wallets, or, Buddy has, money sign AirPods or ADA handle AirPods, you can go in there and check them out, see what they're doing. And, they probably you're in chat with these guys and they told you, hey, I just sold more mobile for, I made X amount of money, and you go in their wallet, and you're like, well, I smell bullshit. No, you didn't. But no, there's many other ways.
No, there's no lying about your trade profits no more.
Am I coming through or no?
Yes.
You're good.
Okay. Well, so even with the wallet profiler thing, though, I want to know what Epoch is farming. Is that coming at all? Are you thinking about that? Because
yes,
that's a big portion of the DeFi right now. Is actually being one smart contract or another. It's not actually sitting in your wallet.
Yes, yeah, that's next. That was your first point that I was going to point out the last time. But LP positions, all that good stuff, will be implemented in the portfolio tracker, so you'll be able to track that.
Stay tuned, Lido.
Yeah, I think this is like wallet analytics, right? This is like blockchain analytics type stuff. This is like what Nansen is trying to do across chains. So that whole analytics space is pretty important, can be used in decision making and can be used in portfolio management and all sorts of things. So I see you guys as a data and analytics company from where I'm sitting.
100%.
Yeah, and what? Go ahead, Jock, and then I got to get Lido back up here. He's broken.
So So it's into the hot wallets area. So as I do a little bit more research, one thing I like to see is like if there's hot wallets, it shows like the top, let's say the top five, and then of course you have top traded within those wallets, and there might be a reoccurring theme. So if you look at the top 10, let's say, and you're seeing WMT, 6 or 7 out of the 10 of them, then that you really need to look into that a little bit more, right? And then you also have in volume within the 24-hour period, 7-day period, 30-day period. So you can gauge that depending on what your trading style is and whether or not you're just going in and out of something, or you're looking to buy in for a longer period of time or term, right? And then from there, you can go into the wallet profiler and then look a little bit more in depth into what they've been trading on a regular basis, which is extremely helpful. In some ways, it's almost voyeuristic, this way of doing it, because you can't do that in traditional finance. I have no clue what my buddy, even in my trading group, is doing other than what he posts and says he's buying in and out of, right? I can't go look at it, in any way, shape, or form. So this is extraordinarily helpful in a variety of ways and gives you some pretty good information, I think, really, if depending on whether you're short-term, mid-term, or long-term trading.
Can I ask you one favor, Tafels? Can we please get an ADA to USD chart? I don't care from what exchange.
Yes, and yes. The issue is the trading view chart. It's for some reason it's coming in as blue, and it's messing up the aesthetic of the page. So that will come shortly. And I've said that so many times of like, I'm having to go somewhere else to see the ADA price and, track the, see a different site's chart of ADA. So yeah, that'll definitely be implemented in the near future.
Yeah, and I see that you've added the price in the top left-hand corner with just kind of a ticker, which is a good thing. Because I would bring up your tool because it has all my, I don't have anything other. I own some Cody and I own some BNB, which I'm actively in a BNB trade.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm actively in I sold my Cody because it pumped and then put it in BNB and it's pumped. And it's got one more leg up before I take profits. But either way, right? I had to go to another site to look at the ADA price. So the whole ADA price in the top corner is definitely helpful.
Still,
what's your favorite feature?
Wallet profiler is my favorite. So I've been waiting for this to come out for quite some time so everybody can use it. And I don't know how many people have used it. It's right now, currently we're shadow banned on Twitter. So it was the worst timing to release TapTools 2.1. Where I don't think that many people.
Farming engagement you've been doing lately.
Yeah, we need to slow down, and that we've had meetings, but yeah, I'm always losing track here.
I actually used the wallet tracker last night, so I looked at my pool and I lost 1 million delegation. So it doesn't show; it just shows that he moved that 1 million delegation to another wallet. So what did I do? I went and I got his wallet address and I tracked to find out where it went. Mm-hmm. And I went to see, is there a chance of this person moving back? Are they just moving there to do something, yada, yada, yada. And based off of the analytics of what the wallet has done, they've done 0 trading. So that tells me that wallet's probably moved for a good significant amount of time.
Yes.
Well, when version 2.2 or 3 or 2.3 comes out, and I can follow all of Epoch farms, I will be just the happiest.
You're going to be there for days. You can be there for days.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, Lido. That'll be in there.
I figure, yeah, these things, you just got to get it out there, and then you start rolling them out every so often.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think once we can see TapTools be leveraged, like in some of these analyses that, are situational, like, I don't know, some drama happens, some attacker is moving funds around after liquidating some shitty exchange, right? Like being able to use that tool is going to create a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I don't think people understand the values of traders in an ecosystem. To actively have day traders in Cardano, and we don't have the volume on the native assets like Jock kind of mentioned earlier, right? But eventually that will change. The volume will pick up. And I can 100% guarantee you, if there's not charts for these traders to look at, and you want more volume and you want these traders in the ecosystem, they're not going to come. So the fact that you built this tool to allow the entrance of traders into the native asset market is huge.
How do you source your price feeds?
It's parsing the data, so it's all intellectual. We do it all ourselves.
What does that mean? Are you looking on chain, or what does parsing the data mean?
I think he was looking for like sources. Are you pulling from a Coinbase API, CoinGecko? Like, where are you grabbing things?
Are you looking at smart contracts on Cardano Texas?
Yeah, we're pulling everything.
Like, how do you get the data?
We're pulling everything directly from the chain. So we're not pulling from anybody's API. We built our own API.
So I have a question surrounding one of your.
So you're not pulling any of the centralized exchanges data?
Yeah.
Well, there's none of these tokens are listed on centralized exchanges, Lido. The only one that's listed anywhere is World Mobile Token.
Exactly.
Yeah, but in terms of the ADA price, we are pulling from somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. I'll have to get that answered.
And is it one place, or is it a few places and then averaging? Because I know sometimes random places can go haywire.
Yeah, we've been in discussion with Charlie 3 about getting USD ADA like throughout all the native assets and all that stuff. But what they offered was really a 30-minute refresh. So to update the USD price every 30 minutes. And as a trader, that's just not going to work. So
right.
Oh,
have you seen
that's
that?
terrible. Sorry, that's a comment. Like, if that's Charlie 3's product, we got to get Charlie 3 back on here because that sounds like a fucking disaster.
We need to get Charlie 3 on here, regardless. There's just so many questions. But have you seen the thing that DC Spark released recently with the Cardano native asset price data from I think they're using 3 or 4 exchanges.
Yeah, they asked us, which. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, but they asked us right after Fund 9. They realized that we were also doing the same thing. So they asked us, we'll give you some of the funds if you just want to open source and give it to us, and we happily declined. So I do see that they just released something, but I'm not exactly sure.
I do think you can keep this pretty simple. If I were y'all, I would just find the largest exchange, like where the most volume, the most liquidity is, and whatever that exchange says is the price. That way you don't have to deal with these like averages of averages, and then like it gets confusing as shit. But I don't know. That's just Epoch 2 cents.
And we have to remember, this is a data tool, right? They're not using these price feeds to make prices, right? So I don't think that.
Wait. Why did you guys decline? That seems sketchy. Maybe I'm crazy.
Why would that seem sketchy? Because you don't want to open source your hard work.
Nobody
explain to me how that's sketchy.
Well, because it's gonna happen anyways. I mean, the feed alone itself, there's So now there is a thing that's open source, right? I don't think that's what people are paying for. It's all of the stuff you have on top of it, right? Like
it's not open source because no one's
now it is
actually able to provide
DC Spark has built the thing.
And they open sourced it for free?
Yeah, it's open source.
Because there has to be a limit.
You host it yourself.
Well, that's because
you host it yourself.
Yeah.
Interesting. Send me a link on the side. I don't want to derail them on DC Spark, but we should look at that.
Yeah, because your offering is not just the price. I mean, that seems like it would have been good for your brand. Nobody's going to go host these servers. Like, Hero's not going to spin up these price feed servers. You would have been able to do what you're doing, I think.
So, TapTools, I have a question surrounding Nansen.
Oh, so my question is not important, Blackjack?
No, because you just keep rambling. At this point.
Hero, make me co-host so I can boot Blackjack.
My hand is up for quite some time.
Co-host so he could boot you.
I had to mute Blackjack. He was just so incessant with his asking of questions. Let's get back on the show.
Take the co-host spot, Blackjack, and then he can't mute you no more. Look at that.
Too funny, too funny.
Lido, if you get kicked out, it was not me. That's all I'm telling you. So Tap Tools, we're about kind of at the end of your time, right? I appreciate you taking the time and coming and talking about everything that you guys are building, and I'm excited to see what you guys build in the future. Anything you just want to kind of let people know? Anything coming up that they should be aware of?
Just I hope you guys are enjoying Tap Tools Pro. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into it. Definitely utilize the heck out of it. But I will announce that Hosk mode will be released in the next 30 days, which is going to be a really powerful tool into, you know, viewing this specific token project and a lot more analytics into the project. And then right after that, NFT data will be released, which we're all super, super excited for. And then after that, we have NFT Hosk mode, where you'll be able to dive deep into each NFT project, and then obviously integrate it with the portfolio, the wallet profiler, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of good stuff coming in the future. Just tune in. But I appreciate you guys, appreciate your time. Utilize the heck out of Tap Tools Pro, please, and let us know what your thoughts are. If if there should be new additions or changes, or we're very open to feedback, and that's exactly how we move forward. So please don't be afraid to speak up.
Tap tools, tap tools, chick chick tap tools, chick chick.
So
I want a little button at the top that will craft a tweet at Hero Pool and give him shit about a chart. Just whatever. It doesn't even matter what the content is. But
You're just mad because I sold the top of min swap and you're still holding.
no, I'm farming. There's a difference. I am farming.
And you haven't farmed enough to make up for your losses yet.
hopefully you didn't farm from 30 cents on down.
I stay farming. My farming decision is a 2-year choice.
Listen, I don't even
I'm a
go
beta
into
farmer.
FinSwap and look at your farm tab, because I'm sure it's like 80 fucking coins deep. No, probably.
Let's get Epoch's wallet on the wallet profiler and let's see what's going on there for real.
So to be honest, I'm actually scared to put in my information anywhere because I don't want anyone to be able to aggregate all of my wallets.
Too late, buddy. Screwed already. Thanks, Tap Tools.
Yes,
thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
So later on, I'm going to do a deep dive in Epoch's wallets and tell you how he does not know how to trade. Even if he does, I'm going to tell you he doesn't. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you should go take your funds off of Coinbase, Kraken, Celsius Network, Luna Terra, wherever you're. Oh, wait, never mind. Those are all crashed, and you can't get your funds out of there. So you should take them off an exchange in case that shit happens again. And while you're there, stake it to Hero Pool, Epoch Pool, Lido Pool. What other pools are in here? I'm sure there's some other ones. Jenny got a pool that you can't stake to. I'm not allowed to call it secret pool because there might be a secret pool. Salt pools and freeloaders, they do a bunch of shit, and they got a bunch of pools doing a bunch of free stuff. So go check out all of those pools too. But the important part is getting off an exchange, right? So get off an exchange, participate in DeFi, and I'll track your wallet via Tap Tools.
Let's go.
Definitely exciting times.
I would like to thank our unofficial sponsor for today, Block Jock Vending. Get all your vending needs at Block Jock Vending in San Diego, California. I think it's San Diego. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's San Diego. Thank you. I want to snip that.
Can we close on one more Tap Tools jingle? Jenny, just one more.
Tap tools, chick chick tap tools, chick chick.
Oh my gosh. It's like right out of the 50s or something.
I love it. I can see her with like a little like egg maraca. Like
We do have a second guest, but before we get to our second guest, Mr. Lido, who is a new member of the Catalyst Circle. Congratulations, everybody. Throw some emojis for Catalyst Circle member Lido Nation. I expect you to do a good job or I will hunt you down.
I just courtsy for you.
How does what?
That I just courtsy for you. I did my little.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yes.
Well, thanks. That is not going to inflate my ego at all. Yes. This is your Lido Minute on Cardano over coffee. This week in Catalyst. The circle is now all members strong, ready to start doing circle things. More on that coming in the future. The next Catalyst meeting is tomorrow. If you don't know what Project Catalyst is, check out projectcatalyst.io. All the deets are there. My name is Darlington, your favorite code dreamer at Lido Nation, where we provide blockchain education in plain English, Kiswahili, and Espanol. I know, Jenny. We just got into doing reviews, so we just released the reviews on Muesli Swap. So if you use Muesli Swap, hit up Lido Nation and go leave a review on your favorite part of Muesli Swap, whether that's the UX, the reliability, the roadmap, their support. Go leave a review, help others people know what you like or don't like about Muesli Swaps. And that's your Lido Minute.
And don't forget, while you're on LidoNation.com, to go to the Every Epoch quiz and get your free Hosky or other worthless shit token that Lido
There
might
is
have.
still 400 million Hosky to go. So there's been 106 people who's gotten the question right so far. A lot of people got it wrong this time.
Do we know what? Can you give us the question so we can pre-study?
The question
Or is that-
rotates. It rotates between 3 or 4 different questions. So yeah. So go. You get a question. It's if you read an article or if you like open the article, you will find the answer.
You have to read?
Anyways, let's get to the guest. Hey, Dean.
And we have one of the most important subjects to talk about next, and that's your seed phrase. One of the things that I've said 10,000 million times is not your keys, not your crypto. The other thing that have said 10 million times in the crypto world is secure your seed phrase. How can you secure your seed phrase? Many different techniques, but our next guest, Dean from Copper Seed Safe, has a unique way that you can store your seed phrase. Welcome, Dean.
Wow, thank you. Good morning, and very, very appreciative to be able to come back up here. Hero, you've asked projects to come back and give updates, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do. And I don't think everybody in here knows what Copper Seed Safe is, so if that's cool, I'm gonna just give a little.
Absolutely. Tell
little
us a
shill.
little about yourself. Give a little bit about yourself, and then a little bit about what Copper Seed Safe is.
Oh, myself is harder. I'll start with Copper Seed Safe. So Copper Seed Safe is a solution to a problem that we all have that Hero was talking about. How do we keep our seed phrases safe? We say your keys, your coins, right? But if you lose your keys, you lose your coins. So Copper Seed Safe is literally a sheet of copper that you can write your seed phrases on. Use a pen or a pencil, even a chopstick, and it makes a fireproof, waterproof, easy to use record of your seed phrases. And you can check it out at copperseedsafe.com. And we take ADA, hashtag we take ADA. But I have a long and winding road that brought me here, and I started learning about NFTs a couple years ago. I'm a photographer, and people around me were talking about NFTs. I started learning more about it, and this concept of self-custody really jumped out at me, and the responsibility that we have when we get into crypto, about the responsibility we have of taking care of our assets. And so I started thinking about how to keep my seed phrases safe. And I'm using thin sheets of copper that I have experience with. I've used in my house. I had a house fire, and copper like this handled it very well. So those experiences all came together, and I made this for myself and thought other people would like it. So I'm making them available, and that's what I got. Any questions on that? Because I have
The little quick explanation on why copper is safe. The melting point of copper is 1,984 degrees, right? Most house fires will not reach that temperature. They reach somewhere around the 1,500 degree mark. Depending on the materials in the house, obviously different materials burn at different temperatures. So it's not impossible to get over that temperature, but a very, very extremely safe way to store your copper on this copper, right? In case of a fire. You'll see a lot of safes will say fireproof safe, but it's not the fire that hurts the paper in your safe. It's the heat. Paper will combust just from heat, right? So it can catch on fire inside your safe in a house fire. That's why a copper seed safe is very protective.
Yeah, exactly. And you touched on the safe, and I would say keep these in a safe as well. Even though it could handle a lot of the heat of a fire, don't leave it on your kitchen counter or something. Keep your seed phrases with safe things, with your important papers in your safe, or in your fish tank, or something like that. Which is another important point, which is water. Water is a big deal with fires. Firefighters come in, they dump a lot of water on your house, and so these are
And we don't care
waterproof as
what's
well.
getting wet.
They don't care what gets wet. And if the other thing I learned is, if they think that nobody, or if they don't know if nobody's home, they're going to go in and find out if nobody's home. So they can tear things apart too. But that's
We will break into your house. We'll break windows. We'll cut your fucking roof apart. We'll do everything that we need to do. And one of those things is putting water on
and they
everything.
like playing with these big toys too. So.
I never thought of the water damage, right? That never really crossed my mind, but until you mentioned it.
So let's hear the update.
I think he got robbed.
Yeah. So the update. So I have. Can you hear me? Because I lose a couple of you.
I can hear you.
I got you.
All right. Cool. So the update is the token. I've got a copper seed safe token that you can get from Smart Claims, and you can get it at Tosi Drop, and Tap Tools used to have it, and not everybody knows what it does, because I had to kind of disappear for a little while for some health issues. But if you've got one of these tokens, you can connect it to copperseedsafe.com, and you'll get a discount. And that's just a reward for staking your ADA. It's just, I want to encourage decentralization. I want to encourage people to take custody of their assets and take good care of their keys. So get a token and do that. And there's another thing. If you've got 1,000 or more of these, you can trade them in for a free kit. It was an experiment that I was starting, and Smart Claims distributed these. And if you've got them, follow the directions on the website. And Hero Pool has a video that I think is going to be in the YouTube video of this space. And
insert video here.
Right on. And so that's the update. That is going, and it is operational. And I just wanted to stay on the radar here, because Copper Seed Safe is still out there.
Absolutely. So can you tell me what's the cost for somebody to purchase this, and what do they get when they purchase it?
Sure. So if you were to buy one with a token, it would be, I think, $14, including shipping. And if you buy 3, it comes down to $12, including shipping. And a kit is a sheet of copper. They're 4 inches by 5 inches and quite thin, and a template. The template is made of a vellum that's translucent, and the idea is you write out your seed phrases and the wallet name, and I suggest the date, because these things may sit in your drawer for a long time, and you may restore on a wallet, and it might be important. how you created your wallet. So use the template to organize your words and make sure everything is spelled correctly. And then you trace it onto the copper. So the copper and the template come together in a gold envelope, and that's a kit.
Awesome. And I will insert the video here showing you how that is all done. Do you think I'll ever find that part of the video where I just said that? Probably not.
I don't know how those work. Is it going to put a little? Does it put one of those little dots at the bottom of the timeline?
Hell no. That's all manual, my friend. But I appreciate you sending me those videos. And one of the things that I've been doing for those that maybe you miss a show, right? I reach out to all the projects that come here and they send me, any videos or pictures or art or whatever, infographics, and I edit them into the video, right? So one of the things that Dean sent me was a video of how to use the copper seed safe. So I'll edit that in there. That way, when it's not just us talking on a YouTube, there's some visual content. So make sure that you check out the YouTube. And I appreciate you sending it to me because usually I have to wait till the day of to get it. So.
No, that was great. There's certain things that I intend to do, and having a nudge to do them really helps. So that was awesome. Humble, you got a question?
Yeah, I appreciate you allowing me up to ask the question or make a statement. You have something that I think everybody needs, but I think that I'm new to this space. I've only been at 2 now, so I'm not sure of like that education that like where people are at that listen here. But I think it's important to actually teach them why, because why it's like your non-paper work. Because there might be people in this space that are saying, well, that's no big deal. I keep my words screenshotted or in my iCloud, or they might be thinking that, and they may not know how dangerous that is. So I was just wondering if you guys would enlighten them on why you should not do that versus your fireproof and waterproof, and how much superior and less risk it is versus taking a picture on your phone.
Well, I can tell you one thing: you don't ever, ever, ever take a picture of your seed phrase and put it on your phone. If you want somebody to steal your funds, that is the number one to get your funds stolen. How do I know this? My cell phone has been hacked in the past, and I had I think it was a Bread wallet back then. We're talking 2018, right? Maybe it was, I think, Bread wallet. And I took a picture of the seed phrase, not knowing what I was doing, because it was like my first crypto wallet. And my phone got hacked, and somebody got my seed phrase. Luckily, there was no funds in it because I was broke at the time, and I didn't really know much about crypto. I was just kind of learning. So never, ever, ever put a picture of a seed phrase anywhere. The only picture I ever recommend taking of your seed phrase would be a Polaroid. You could take a picture of a Polaroid with a Polaroid camera. I don't think any of you probably own any, so that might be out the window.
Yeah, no screenshots, no pictures, for sure.
I'm afraid I couldn't hear Humble D. Was there a question, or did Hero handle that?
He was kind of hard to hear, but he was just talking about for new people, the risks of why you wouldn't want to take a screenshot, and then why is the copper seed safe less risky than something like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go back to listening. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Humble. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Humble D, because I think that's interesting, too, the screenshots. These phones are doing, optical character recognition so well now. It's like you take a picture of something, and it picks up words that I didn't even notice were in the picture. So, yeah, your seed phrase, I think of it as the intersection of the tangible and the intangible. You got to find a way to store it offline. Anyway, I think you should store it offline. But anyway.
Absolutely store it offline. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It should never, ever touch an online platform, right? I wouldn't even suggest storing it on your computer that has an internet connection. I have mine in two. My seed phrase is kept in two different locations, in two different fireproof bags with a degree temperature of 2,500 degrees or more. And it is also on a copper seed safe that I got during Rare Bloom event. So thank you. Crypto College, go ahead.
Hey, yeah. So on the crypto the copper safe. So what I do is I went to PetSmart and got a bunch of dog tags and laser engraved my seed phrases onto dog tags, and then filled it with like vegetable oil and buried it in the backyard. But my concern with that method was the laser engraver is only taking off like the top layer, the coating of black on the top layer of the dog tags. So what, and I'm sure this is explained in your tutorial videos, but what's the permanence of the surface writing? Is it like a Sharpie, or is it like a slight engraving, or is there some chemical reaction?
Before you answer that, Dane, where is your backyard again? Crypto College?
If only we could use tap tools to follow a wallet that closely. So it is, I think of it as embossing on the copper. You use a hard point, a pencil or a pen or a stylus, something like that, and if you write on the copper, it stretches it. And so it's indented from the front and I guess debossed from the back. You're not scratching off anything. You're not relying on any ink or scratching. Yeah, so that's where you.
Oh, I see. So it's very thin then. It's very malleable.
It's very malleable. Yeah, it is. It's 3/1000ths of an inch, which is about 8 times the thickness of household aluminum foil. But it's a very different feel than aluminum foil. It's not brittle at all. It's a stretchy. It's stretchy.
Plus, you're making
a way to think about
price
it.
Of copper could go up.
It could.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, that's an excellent idea. I really like that.
Yeah, I'll throw a picture up. I'll put up a tweet that has a picture, and they're on the timeline, my Twitter timeline.
And later, I'll have it on YouTube, the video. So if you're really interested and want to see what it looks like before you purchase one, that'll be the place to kind of check it out.
I just wanted to throw something out. Hero talked about duplicates, and I just wanted to say real quick, if you use the template, you don't have to use the template. You can just write on this with whatever. But if you use the template, you end up with an identical copy, one on paper and one on copper.
Shepherd's in the house. Shepherd's
Good morning,
in the house.
good morning, everybody. Dean, good to see you. Copper Seed Safe. I own them and I use them. But how, if I'm interested in this product, where can I find them to purchase, and what can I use to buy them with?
Love the softballs. Copperseedsafe.com. Hashtag we take ADA and dollars and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Doge. And you can do it all there on the website. Well, the last time I was on here, I was talking about a plan to accept Cardano native tokens as payment. And I did not get the Catalyst grant to develop that. Turned out to be a good thing that I didn't have the time to pursue that. It's interesting how life changes that way. But it's in the future. I mentioned the 1,000 tokens. I'm just going to go into this for a minute. I imagine this is something that stake pool operators could use as an incentive for people to stake with them, to distribute tokens that could then be redeemed for a Copper Seed Safe. And I think this could work for other real world products as well. So it is something that's in the long-term vision.
I want to make sure that you're looking into the legal aspects, because I've done this. I've went down this route. And my lawyer told me to stop and desist with my own token.
This is why I give out other people token. But the pay with Hashkey thing is definitely coming. Uphill native token is. I know one working on It's slowly coming because we want to do it in a way where you don't need to know how to run servers to do it. But we are working on a way to accept Cardano native payments on your site. And I know Dean and I have chatted before too about peddling some of his Copper Seed Safe. So yeah, you will be able to get those seeds safe with Cardano native token one way or the other. I'm sure of it. So.
Right. And the other day, I think everybody forgets is you can use it almost like a coupon. So coupons are legal in all 52 states, as far as I'm aware.
This
You
is
know,
a
so
fact.
as a token that you can redeem for a particular product or a discount on a product is perfectly legal within the U.S. You know,
Block is
so
not a lawyer, so do
I'm
not
not.
take his advice.
I'm not, but at the same time, there is already precedent set, and so from there, you can model it exactly the same way, and I'm sure be fine. You know, so
Again,
obviously,
What are the laws with that? Because I can tell
do
you
your own
that
diligence.
I know that for like giveaways and sweepstakes here in the US, we're breaking all the laws. Like we're like 100% like crazy how that's happening. So definitely like check with your attorney for anything like that.
For sure, and you know what? In the U.S., they just make up rules as they go along, so you never know where you're at, right?
I don't take Jock's word as law. I take what my lawyer tells me, and he told me to stop, cease, desist, do not do this. You're going to get yourself in trouble in the future. So I stopped until regulations are more clear. That doesn't mean that in a year from now it's not more clear and I can do it again, right?
You can also move to Singapore and just do it there.
There you go. You know, and sometimes asking for forgiveness is better than asking for permission.
Cardano over Coffee is moving to Singapore. Don't tell Epoch or Hero.
Hey, I'm down. I've never been to Singapore. I'll check it out. Copper Seed Safe. Anything else, Dean, you want to get out? I appreciate what you provide because it is an important tool, and I hope that you continue down the path and help new people with protecting their seed phrases.
Yeah, and while you're doing
Yeah.
that too, what's your continuation plan? Like, you know, if you decide you don't want to do this anymore.
Well, you know, if there's anything else that I did have to say is I could use some help. If there is somebody who is interested in this as a partner or a purchaser of the business, you know, I know that that's worked for somebody else on here. So the continuation plan is to keep it going as I can. You know, I've got a bunch of these on the shelf right now. I make 600 at a time, and I'll keep it going. You know, right now it's the things I have in place are working, and if things change, I will come back on Cardano over coffee and let you all know.
Yes, and we have successfully sold companies on Cardano over coffee before, so don't think that has not happened because it has. Humble, go ahead.
That's actually go ahead.
So I reset. Can you hear me now, Copper?
Yes, much better.
Yep. Okay. So
I see you too.
Here's a different thing. I've been in the blockchain since 2016, and someone like me, I'm very decentralized, and like when you said you had a token, it kind of scared me. And for a business aspect, I would say that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I understand what you're trying to do, but it would make more sense if you actually had a crypto address that if people paid you in certain cryptos that you wanted, they would receive a discount, because creating another step creates, like, in a world of convenience, you're making it worse for yourself by creating another step. All right. But here's another thing. So like, let's say my address decides I want to save money on your service, right? Your tool. So I buy that token, right? So somebody sees in my account that I buy that token. So now I send that to you to get a discount and I make a sale, right? So now somebody knows I've made this sale and that I have enough money to say I need this encryption, right? So now somebody can track that. It's possible to track that order, right? And apply it to, it's another attack surface for me. where somebody could actually go through that to follow, like to dox me, right? To gain my physical address. And now they know how I'm storing my seeds, right? All because my address bought your coin. And somebody tracking the movement of those coins can and will use that to their advantage to create another attack vector. So I just want to throw that out to you. Just be very careful, because someone like that, I think you have an awesome idea, creating a copper version to help store seed phrases. It's just that when I heard that you had a token for it, it confused me, because I don't really understand, business wise, because you have a business and you're creating another step, and it's making it inconvenient for most people, and also creating an attack vector in a place where people are trying to get away from being doxxed, or being away from their name, separating their name from their account. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you, just something to think about. But I do love what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing. And this educating people on their seed phrases and how to store them, and what to and what not to do, is very, very important. And what you're doing is very, very needed. So anyways, that was my 2 cents. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. It sounds like I wasn't clear on how that worked. And if I can have a couple minutes, I will touch on that idea of privacy. So the token is not for sale. The token has zero value. The token is distributed for free through token distribution services. And it does not leave your wallet to take advantage of the discount. You connect your wallet to copperseedsafe.com/ADA. And the website will recognize the existence of that token and present you different prices. You are not obligated to pay in ADA for that. You can pay in anything you want. The idea of your name and address is something that I've been concerned about. So I have a policy to delete addresses between 30 and 60 days after I send an order. And the idea is to give some peace of mind to people that that's the end of the line for the address. If you're
I
going
just
to
jump in real quick,
I
Dean?
think all
Dean,
of us really should
Dean.
think about where we get our mail
There you go.
and things like that. So if you're, go ahead.
I was just going to say, places where you get mail, especially for things like this, it's important to maybe not use your home address, right? Use a post office box. Does your mom have an address? Will your neighbor let it be delivered there? Use a different address other than your own.
Yeah, I think we really should. And so, Humble D, I hope that addresses your concerns there.
It does. I was just giving you, you were taking in, feedback, and I just thought I'd share mine with you, and so you educated me a little bit more about what you do and your process, and I appreciate that.
Crypto College, you got the last one, and then I'm kicking Dean off now. Dean can hang out if he wants.
Yeah, just a quick word of caution or consideration if you haven't with the coin. The coin has to be hosted, or the token has to be hosted on a blockchain, right? And you have a service that all blockchains can use, all users can use. And with how tribal some people are, or whatnot, if there's any benefit that requires you to be on Cardano, just don't limit your market that way, because you don't want to have to launch tokens on every blockchain,
I appreciate you bringing that up. Hero had a tweet the other day asking for people for examples of promoting their product on different chains. I forget how you phrased it. And I would like to get into that conversation, because I've had some experiences.
I think the question was, does the Cardano community only advertise inside the Cardano community? A lot I hear is the same echo chambers over and over and over. It's the same people yelling at the same people. What are you doing to go outside of the Cardano community? That's what the question was.
Yeah. So like Crypto College said, This is equally useful on any blockchain that allows you to take custody of your assets. And my heart personally is in Cardano. So this balance of how do I reach out to other chains is a tough thing. And it is something that I recognize I need to do more. And there is bias in the outside world. I was asked to be part of a Bitcoin Black Friday thing in September. And when it came 2 days before November, or 2 days before the Black Friday, they dropped me. And because, and the reason was we're maxis and really don't want to deal with you because you promote Cardano. So it's a tough world out there to promote to multiple chains.
We would like to say thanks to our guests, Dean from Copper Seed Safe and Alec from Tap Tools. We appreciate you stopping by. Thanks to the listeners for listening in. And remember to join us Monday through Friday live on Twitter Spaces, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 2:30 p.m. Universal Time. We look forward to speaking to you.